Is it audible? Can 1 or 2 persons reply me? Okay. So in the previous class, we have been discussing about Q, linear Q. We have been discussing about the linear Q and what are the advantages and how the program is implemented. Okay. So we are discussing about how the program is implemented. How the program will be implemented. Okay. Okay. See, now we will today we will be discussing about the circular queue, DQ, and priority queue. Three things we will be discussing. First of all, we will be discussing about the circular queue. Previously, we discussed the general queue algorithm, general queue concept, and the program related to that one. Now we will be discussing the circular queue. What is the advantage we are having about the circular queue when compared to linear queue, that we will be discussing. Okay, 1 minute. So let's see this. So this is the linear view that we have discussed in the previous class. So what is the pointer we use for deleting? Friend. What is the pointer we use for insertion? Where pointer I will use for insertion. You can see in the diagram. After triple E, I will be inserting some other. What pointer I will be using? Where. In the front, what I am using to delete the item from the queue, I will be using front. Okay, and front pointer. Okay. So we have discussed previously the operations of the algorithm, linear algorithm. These are all for linear. We have seen the what we call, we have discussed the program also. Okay, so you can see here. So if I want to insert, it will be inserted somewhere here. If I want to delete, the first 10 that is in the front of the queue will be deleted first. Again 60, if I want to add, it will be added with the last. So what are the, now we will discuss what are the drawbacks of linear queue, so that we will be discussing the advantage of circular queue, how it will be implemented. Okay. See, you can see here. Once the queue is filled, what are the drawbacks? Even though few elements from the front are deleted and some occupied space is relieved, it is not possible to add any more new elements, as the rear has already reached the queue's rearmost operation. So you can see here in the previous example. So in the front, there are some vacancies. In the front, when I delete by using the front data structure or the pointer, some vacancies are there in the front of the queue. But I can't occupy them. I can't insert here. I should insert always at the rear, and I should delete at the front only. So at the front also, if there are 1 or 2 vacancies also, I can't fill them at any time. So that's the main disadvantage of linear queue. Okay. So you can see here circular queue. This queue is not linear, but once you will study the definition. This queue is not linear but circular. Its structure can be like the following. In a circular queue, once the queue is full, the first element of the queue becomes the rearmost element. So in a queue, once the queue is full, for example, the queue is full here. First element in the rear, first element at the rear becomes the rearmost element if and only if the front has moved forward. Otherwise, it will again be a queue overflow. So you can see the circle. For example, see, front is at 23, front at 0, that is 0th location, that front is pointing, 23 is there. Last location, rear location where it is pointing, 5th location, that is 5, index 5 it is, what we call, it is showing. Now if we want to delete 23, if we delete 23 and if I add some more elements, I will be adding the next after 7th position. See here, after 7th position, after 7th position, I can add to 0th position again. So here front is moved. So you can see the difference in a circular queue. Once the queue is full, the first element of the queue becomes the rearmost element. See, so if and only if the front has moved forward, otherwise it will gain overflow. So initially front is at 0th location. If I delete that one, I will move to forward here, one location, that is 12. So the front is moved. So which will become rare after adding 50, 50. If I add some 11, 14. Next I have to add here, 0th location, at 23 I have to add. So the once the front is moved, I will be adding the rarest. So you can see here. So once the queue is full, once the queue is full, in the previous what we call linear example, there is no chance to add furthermore. But here there is a chance. Once there is a vacancy at the front, if there are 1 or 2 elements were deleted at the front, for example 23 is deleted, I can add at the 0th location once the 7th location is filled. Once the 7th location is filled. See here I will be adding first 23, 12, 45, 23, 47, 50. For example 11, 14 I added. Now the queue is full. At this time, if front 23 is deleted and the front is moved forward, then what it will become? 0th will become the rarest element, rarest position. So I can add here. So once the queue is full, I can add to the front of the queue once there is a vacancy at the front of the queue. So you can see the example. Once you see the example, you can see it. So you can see. Initially, rear and front are 0. Okay. Insert 10. So I inserted 10 here. Rear is equal to 1, front is equal to 1. Insert 50. Rear is equal to, front is equal to 1. Insert 20. Rear is equal to 3, front is equal to 0. Insert 70. Rear is equal to 4 and front is equal to 1. Delete front. Now see here. Delete front means what I deleted? Number 10 I deleted. The value 10 I deleted. So the next front is 2. So front will become 2. Rear is equal to 4. Front is equal to 2. Okay. Now see. So you can see here. The front is moving from 1 to 2. This part, that is the location 1 is empty. When location 1 is empty in linear queue, I can't insert anything. I can't insert one, though the front locations are empty, I can't insert any element in the queue. But in circular queue, once the front part of the queue is empty, I can add at the front part of the queue also. So that you have to understand. So front 1 location, you can see 10 is located. It was deleted. Now we can see. Now see. Again 100 is added. Again 40 is added. So see, rear is equal to 5, front is equal to 4. Now 40 is added. So what will become? Rear is equal to 1, front is equal to 2. So now see, insert 140. Now if I want to insert 140, what it tells? It is overflow. When the stack is overflow in circular queue, can anybody tell? Stack when it will be overflowed? When front is equal to rear plus 1. See here rear is there. Front is equal to rear plus 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. So the queue is overflow. So you can see here, Canto. Delete front. Now I deleted front. So I will be the thing which I will be deleting is 50. Okay. So it will next front is become 3. Okay. And rear is equal to 1. So again delete. If I delete it, front will become 4 and rear is at 1 only. Now delete front again. So what it will become? Rear is equal to 1, front is equal to 5. So what you have to understand is, see, where when I here I deleted insert 70. Next delete front means what I deleted? 10 I deleted from one location. So you can see here. In the 8th step, you can see here. Insert 40. Where inserted? At location 1. That is at the front of the queue. But this is not possible in linear queue. Though the front of the queue is empty, that is one location is empty, I can't insert anything. I can't insert anything. This is the thing you have to understand mainly. And again, when the stack is, when the queue will be overflowed, when it is equal to max. For example, in what we call in normal linear queue, when it will be overflowed, this 9th step, if you take the 9th step, what would you? Max is equal to 1 minute. Overflow front. Max front. What we call? If rear is equal to max minus 1, then means what? Overflow. Then it is overflow. But here, additionally, we can see if front is equal to rear plus 1, that means front and rear are side by side. That means what? If front and rear are side by side, there is no scope to add any further elements. So it will be overflowed. Okay. So here you can see. Next, delete front. You can see here. Delete front. Rear is equal to 1, front is equal to 3. So here, if I want to delete anything again, what will become? Which will be deleted? 50 will be deleted. Next, if I want to delete anything again, which will be deleted? 20 will be deleted. If I want to again delete, I will be deleting 70. So you can see the insertion and deletion algorithm. See here the insertion algorithm. You can see if front is equal to rear and rear is equal to 0, then set is equal to 1. Go to step 4. Initially we can see you can talk about the part also here. CQ is a circular queue where to store data. Where represents the location in which data is to be inserted, and front represents the location from data is to be removed. That you know. Here n is the maximum size of the circular queue, and finally item is the new item to be added. Initially rear is equal to 0 and front is equal to 0. Now see, the if front is equal to 0 and rear is equal to 0, then what? Step 1 is set front is equal to 1. So because I will be inserting at 1, I will be incrementing 1. Okay, and also rear is equal to rear plus 1. So that's the first step and fourth step. Next, I take the second step. If front is equal to 1 and rear is equal to n, or front is equal to rear plus 1. See here, in the what he took is in the array, he is not considering 0th position. He is starting from 1 position. So if front is equal to 1 and rear is equal to n, so you can see here. Anyway, you can take into consideration front is equal to 1. So you can see here. So 2, 3, 4, something 1 are there. Now, what is the top front? You can see here. So front, this is the front, and this is the rear. So it is 1, it is n. For example, n is equal to 4. So initially front is at 1 and rear is at 4. So if front is equal to 1 and rear is equal to n, then the queue is overflow. I can't insert anything, so that you can tell. And next part is front is equal to rear plus 1. Previously we discussed in the circular queue. See here, ninth point, see here. Front is equal to rear plus 1. That is rear and front are side by side. So I can't insert anything. When rear and front are side by side, there is no space in between. So there is no need, there is no way to insert anything. So then also the queue will be overflowed. Okay. The circular queue overflow. Next, if rear is equal to n, then set rear is equal to 1 and go to step 5. So if for example rear is equal to n, so you can see here rear is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See here, 7th step, rear is equal to 5. If rear is equal to 5, next step what will happen? The rear will again be incremented to 1 in a circular queue. From the bottom it will be incremented, and it will be because the size is 5 only. Next part will be, what will be the thing? It will become 1. So 1. So rear is equal to 1. After 5 it will become rear. So after bottom it will come to top, the value. Okay, you can see it. So if rear is equal to n, then set rear is equal to 1 and go to step 5. Next, set rear is equal to rear plus 1. So After all these steps, what will become? If rear is equal to 10, then go to step 5. If the steps 1, 2, 3 are not working, see, first one is if front is equal to 0 and rear is equal to 0, go to step 4. If front is equal to 1 and rear is equal to 1, yeah, then return. I can't insert anything. So if I go to step 2, I can't insert anything. If I go to step 3, then I will be inserting. But what I have to do? I have to do rear is equal to 1. If these 3 steps are not working, then what I will do? Just there is an item, there is a space to insert, then what I will do? Rear is equal to rear plus 1. Next, what I will do? CQ of rear is equal to item. In the rear part, I will be inserting the value. For example, rear is equal to 0. In rear is equal to 1 here. So at the point of CQ of rear 1, I will be inserting 10. CQ of 2, I will be inserting 50. Okay, that's it. I think you have understood. So now you can see the delete thing. If front is equal to, see, the CQ is the place where data is stored, where represent the location which data element is in, front represents the location from which the data is to be removed. Front element is assigned to item. Initially front is equal to 1. If front is equal to 0, then print circular queue underflow. That means what? There are no items to delete. Front is equal to 0 means what? No items to delete. So I will return, I will go back. Otherwise, what I will do, if it is 1 or 2 or 3 or something else, what I will do, I will copy the value into item. Next third step. If front is equal to n, then set front is equal to 1. So here we can see. What the circular queue tells is, if rear and front, if they become n, in the next step they will become 1. But in linear queue, there is this part, this third step is not possible. You have to understand. This third step is not possible in linear queue. If front is equal to n, then set front is equal to 1. If rear is equal to n, then set front is equal to rear is equal to 1. After the maximum number is reached, go to front part, go to first part, go to first part. This will be achieved when we implement circular queue. It's not possible in linear queue. So you can see here, an example you can see. So for example, you can see. So here, see, if front is equal to 5, next one is which I will be deleting 40. So after front is equal to 5, next step, 13th step is front is equal to 1. It will become 1. It will become 1. Okay. So that's the thing. Here also you can see, after rear is equal to 5, rear is equal to 1. It will has become. At the same point, after front is equal to 5, it will become front is equal to 1 in the next step. So that you have to understand. That is the main thing. That's the main possibility we are having in circular queue. So you can see here. So you can see. You can see. I will take the item from the CQ of front. If front is equal to n, then set front return. If front is equal to rear, then set front is equal to 0 and rear is equal to 0 and return. If both front and rear are equal, that means what? There is nothing to delete. So I will keep front is equal to 0 and rear is equal to 0. Next, what I will do? Front is equal to front plus 1. That means I will increment the front to delete the next element. For example, in the fifth step C, after delete, for example, delete front here, I have deleted. So what is the element I deleted? 50 I deleted. Afterwards, what it will become? it will be front will become 3. So here front will become 2. 1 minute, 1 second. See here, front is equal to 3. It will become 3. Okay, 1 minute. If I delete that, front will be incremented. See here, front is equal to 2. I deleted. If rear is equal to 1, front is equal to 3. I deleted the element rear is equal to 140. I deleted. So front will become 4. Next front will become 5. So you can see. So the whole thing, what you have to understand is main one point. This third step that you have to understand. This third step. See, this is the third step that you have. This third step. That's the thing. Main difference between linear and circular cube. When front is equal to 1, it will be set to front is equal to 1. When front is equal to, when rear is equal to n, it will become rear is equal to 1. So, but this step is not possible in linear cube. That's the main thing we have to understand. And everything is the same. Okay. So that's over. Now we will be seeing the program related to that one. The program related to circular cube. Okay. See the thing. So has defined int item of. So initially front is equal to -1, rear is equal to -1. Useful. When it will become useful? So you can see the program. Is full. When it is full, if front is equal to rear plus 1, or front is equal to 0 and rear is equal to size -1. He has considering the array from 0 to, he is considering array from 0. That is, you can see here. 1 minute. So he is coming, for example, items of 0, comma, items of 1. So for example, size is equal to 5. Then what are the items in my queue? Items, items, items. So you can see here, starting from 0 and ending at 4. So this is the queue. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. See here. int items of size. Front is equal to 1, rear is equal to 1. See, if it is -1, that means what? There are no elements in the queue. Okay. See here. Int is full if front is equal to rear plus 1. If front is equal to rear plus 1, previous in the example you have seen. Or front is equal to 0 and rear is equal to size -1. So you can see. So here front is equal to 0. Rear is equal to front is equal to 0. Rear is equal to. So then also it is overflow. Okay. Then is also if they detect, then for example I have written something 54. Okay. And the queue starting from 54 to 3. So when it will be empty, when front is equal to -1, it will be empty. So you can see this part. See this part. This step, this part. If front is equal to rear plus 1, this will be possible only in circular queue. This step will not be there in linear queue. Okay, that you have to understand. Okay. Now the next step will be the same. E is empty, you have understood. So NQ. So if I want to insert, so what is E? Where if it is full, Q is full. Else what it will become? If front is equal to -1, I will increment to front is equal to 0. If rear is equal to rear plus 1 mod size. So this part also you can understand here. See, in one step he has written. See, what this step means? That means if rear is equal to 4, so next one means next what it will become? It has to become 0. So previously rear is equal to rear plus 1 is there, but in linear queue, in circular queue, after 4, what I should come? What I should get? 0. So what is meant by this symbol mod? What is mean symbol? I will be getting the remainder. So for example, see, I think many of you don't know this symbol. This gives the reminder when a division happens. For example, 0 mod 5, size is 5. It will become 0. 0 mod 1. What it will become? It will become 1. 0 No. One mod. One mod 5. It will become 5. 1. It will become 1. 2 mod 5. It will become 2. 3 mod 5. It will become 3. 4 mod 5. It will become 4. Now see. 5 mod 5. So what it will become? It will become 0. So that you have to understand. So 0 mod, it will become 0. 1 mod, it will become 1, 2, 3, 4. That up to that one, it's over. 5 mod 5, that means 5 divided by 5. So what is the coefficient? 1. What is the remainder? 0. So that will be, that's the value. So this point you have to understand. 5 mod 5. So in order to give a circular step, circular, what we call, to become a circle, that is after 4, it should become 0. So you can write here also, rear is equal to, if rear is equal to rear plus 1, a bracket. If rear is equal to 4, then rear is equal to 0. If rear is, if you can write an if condition also. For, instead of this rear is equal to rear plus 1 mod size, you can write if rear is equal to 4, increment to 1, increment to 0. You can write like this also, something like that. Instead of this rear is equal to rear plus 1 mod 1, you can write like this also. If rear is equal to 4, then rear is equal to rear is equal to 4, then rear is equal to 0. This also you can write like this. If rear is equal to 4, then rear will become 0. Okay. Otherwise, rear is equal to else. Rear is equal to rear plus 1. You can write like this. The same step you can write like this also. Rear is equal to rear plus 1. When rear becomes 4, then the next part will be rear is equal to 0. Otherwise, rear is equal to rear plus 1. Okay. So in that point, I will be keeping my element. Okay. So removing an element. Now removing an element. If it is empty, I can't remove anything. Else, I will take the value from the front. For example, front is equal to 0. Then what I will be doing? I will be removing that element. So items of front is equal to element. This element I will be printing. If front is equal to rear, front and rear are both equal. That means what? There is no item in the queue. So I can't delete anything. So front is equal to 1, rear is equal to -1. I can't delete anything. So here also you can see front is equal to front plus 1 mod size. I previously I told this is the step which differentiates from our linear queue. How the linear queue and circular queue are differentiated. You can see here. Okay. So here also same. If I if the front after deleting first I deleted 0th element, 1 element, 2 element, 3 element, 4 element. Then what will become in a circular queue? Again I will come to the in a circular manner. Again I will come to and I will delete the item. If there is any item at 0th location, I will delete that one. Again 1 element, 2 element, 3 element, 4 element. But this step is not there in linear queue. So in the same way previously, uh, if front is equal to, for example, if front is equal to 4, front is equal to 5. Then what will become again? What I will do? Front will be 0. Front I will be doing 0. Else I will be incrementing the front. So this step is the differentiating part from the linear cube and circular cube. I can write like this, or I can write like this. Front is equal to front plus 1 mod size. So previously I told here. Previously I told. So 0 mod 5 is equal to 5. 1 mod 5 is equal to 1. 2 mod 5 is equal to 2. 3 mod 5 is equal to 3. 4 mod 5 is equal to 4. Next, 5 mod 5 is equal to 0. Okay. So mod means the same division operation I will be doing, but in division operation I will be getting the coefficient, but here in mod I will be getting the remainder. 5 mod 5 means coefficient is 1, but the remainder is 0, so it will become 0. So once the thing is 5, for example 5, it will become 0. It will become 0. So you have to understand this. Okay. Next, display. So we can all of you will know what is the display. Okay. So you can see the part. See here. First, what you have to where I started at I is equal to front. So front may be at 0, or maybe at 1, or maybe at 2 at present. If I deleted the 0th element, then front will be at position 1. So I will be starting at the item the part at item what we call front is equal to 0. Front is at the location where the front is showing, where the front is indicating. For example, I is equal to front. Front is here is 0. It may be 1, it may be 2. So for example, it is front is equal to, then what I will be printing, the elements in the queue 79, 90 and 3. These 3 things only I will be printing. These 3 things. Okay. Next. I not equal to rare. Up to which part I will be printing? For example, this is the thing. For example, rare is equal to 3. Rare is equal to 2. So I will be starting at 2, that is 79, 90 and 3. These 3 rings are only are there in the stack, in the queue. So okay, these 3 things are only there on the queue 76, 87, 90. These three things are there in the queue. I will start at items of 2, that is 76, and we end at 90. So where is 4? Okay. So if, for example, sometimes what happens, 76, after 90, I'm in the circular queue. What if I want to insert anything? I in the circular form, I will be inserting here. For example, here. So, for example, 50. For example, I deleted item 0 and item 1, and I inserted another element, that is 51 I inserted. Then in circular queue, what will happen? After 4, item of 4, if item of 0 is empty, I will insert there. So 51 is inserted here. So if I want to print all the elements in the circular queue, I should start at front and I should end at rear. So here, if I insert 51, what the rear will become? Rear will become 0. Okay, rear will become 0. So see here, you can see. For example, this is the queue 76, 87, 99, 51. Item is equal to 2, rear is equal to 0. So I have to start at front is equal to increment 3, increment 4, and next what I have to do? Again I have to go to 0. So this is the, for again going for incrementing the value from 4 to 0. That is getting a circular form, that is after printing item of 4, if I want to print item of 0, what mathematics I should use? I is equal to I plus 1 mod size. So here, see here 4 plus 1, 5 mod 5. So what will become? Item of 0. So you can see here, for example, 4 plus 1 mod 5. So what will become? It will become 0. So again I will be printing item of 0. This one. This one. In this way I will be printing. The main thing is, what you have to understand is, what's the difference between linear and circular queue is, once the front becomes maximum, the next step is it will become 0, or the rear becomes maximum 5, it will become 0. But in linear queue it is not like that. If front is equal to 5, that's the last point. Q is equal to 5, that's the last point. I will be incrementing up to that one, but I will not go beyond that one. But in this one, in circular queue, what's the difference? I will be taking a circular path. After deleting item 4, I will be deleting item of 0. After inserting items of 4, I will be inserting in items of 0. Okay. After displaying items of 4, again I will be displaying items of 0 if there is any element. So that is the thing. So you have to know that one. But in linear queue, it's not like that. 2, 3, 4. There I stop. Front, I will stop there. Rear, I will stop there. Display, I will stop there. There is no point of taking a U-turn here from 4 to 0. So that is it. So today I think we have discussed much about the circular queue. In the fourth hour also I will be taking. It's an adjustment. So fourth hour we will complete the DQ and priority queue. Okay. Okay. You can see. So today I will be stopping here. Next, in the 4th hour, I will be discussing the double-ended queue and phi optic. Okay. So thank you.